The chameleon was walking down this branch, and anybody that has ever seen a chameleon knows that it's got a peculiar way of walking. It's very slow, and the reptile is very careful about where he puts his feet. Scientists say that the chameleon adopted this way of walking because it is a sort of camouflage when he's hunting. The prey sees this slowly moving object and thinks that it might be a leaf or a branch that is slowly moving in the wind. If I was an insect, I would be very suspicious if there is no breeze blowing. What actually happened was that the chameleon, when he was younger, used to pooza a bit with his friends. Then when he got home, he was walking like that because he had to be very careful not to fall out of the tree. When he got home, his wife would then have a talk to with him, and that was very unpleasant. One day, when he came back from his friends, it was still dusk. He was walking this careful walk. He suddenly realized, wait! I'm very close to that insect. He zapped and ate the insect, and then he thought to himself, you know what? Maybe the insect didn't see me coming because I was walking careful like this. Maybe I should adopt it as a method of hunting. Also, then my wife will never know if I am hunting or if I had a bit to drink. So from then on, the chameleon walked like that. So the chameleon was walking along this branch slowly and in his peculiar way, one eye looking here and the other eye looking there. That is another thing that the scientists say. The chameleon uses that method of looking because then he can scan a whole range of the area without moving his head. That helps him with his hunting. The truth is that one night when the chameleon was on his way home, he made a mistake. His thinking was, it is late. My wife is going to talk to me. The chameleon wanted to avoid that, so he sort of ran along a branch and he didn't see the upright tree trunk. He ran slap bang into the trunk. Apart from a very big headache, he realized that his vision was blurred and he could not see very well. He proceeded home, but went very, very, very carefully. Instead of scolding him, his wife said, "Oh, you poor thing. What happened?" The chameleon told his wife that he ran into a branch. She gave him some stuff to drink and put him to bed. The next morning she asked how he felt, and he said that his headache was better, but that his vision was still blurred. The wife decided to take the chameleon to the doctor. As they were walking along towards the doctor, the chameleon saw a very colorful young female chameleon coming the other way. He was quite interested because he was always on the lookout for new color patterns and stuff that may can help him in his hunting, but he knew that if his wife caught him watching the female, then there will be a talking to again. The chameleon tried to keep his wife from seeing that his eyes are looking the other way, and then he discovered that he could keep the one eye looking forward, the eye closest to his wife, and that with the other eye, he followed the female. He was very pleased with this discovery and thought to himself, "Oh, what I thought last night was a slap by fate is actually a boon." The chameleon then said to his wife, "Listen, dearie, you know that we are not on a medical aid scheme or national health care or any of that, so this is going to cost a lot." I suddenly feel so much better. So let's go home and maybe the thing will sort itself out. So they went home and the chameleon became a great hunter because now he could scan around him without turning his head. As the chameleon is walking down the branch, moving slow and peculiar, watching everywhere, he smells an awful aroma. The eye looking down at 9 o'clock notices that lions killed a zebra some time ago because there is only skin and bones left. These leftovers are really pungent, and the chameleon thinks that he should get out of here as the smell is unacceptable. The other eye, however, notices that at 3 o'clock there is a nice big fat fly that probably gorged himself on the kill. Immediately the chameleon goes into hunting mode. He gets close enough and opens his mouth. That is another interesting thing about the chameleon. The chameleon has a tongue that is twice the length of its body. He keeps it rolled up inside his mouth and then uses it to zap whatever he is hunting. He does not talk a lot though, because this huge tongue doesn't leave much space for sound to come out. So he is a very quiet in the corner type of guy. Actually, that makes one wonder about those guys that do talk a lot. In any case, at the tip of his tongue, he has a nice sticky patch. Now let's forget about the scientists and go to what happens in the morning when Chameleon gets up. He goes to his drawers, opens the top drawer, get out his stick of Prit, and then just dab a little bit on the tip of his tongue, before closing the Prit and putting it back. He looks around for where his wife is, and then takes a quick sniff or two. So when the chameleon is close enough to this nice fat fly, he opens his mouth and out zaps the tongue. The chameleon swallows the fly and then says, tastes just like chicken. Now, just a quick disclaimer. No chameleons or insects were hurt in the making of this video. No, I do not know where the chameleon tasted chicken before, and yes, I should give the scientists more credit. They actually know quite a lot.